Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into Mann's Journey, video number 8. Uh, Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on the last week and a half or so. Just talked with the nutritionist, and I've been in kind of an interesting spot between she has me reading a book called Intuitive Eating, and in the book it really tries to get away from dieting and the diet culture and all that kind of thing, taking the judgment out of trying to lose weight and just really refocusing everything, really going against dieting just in general. So at the same time, the doctor has me on what they call the DASH diet, and that's a diet designed for lowering hypertension. So the more that I get into this book, the more that I realize what they're trying to do. And originally, when I first looked at it, I basically just thought these people were crazy and that they thought that diets don't work, and that the idea of yo-yo dieting contributes to issues that people have with like metabolism and things like that. And they're really big into the non-judgment side of things, and really what that means is like the idea of not having your self-worth tied to a diet. So if the scale says you're going up, then you're a good person, and if the scale shows you going, or sorry, other way around, if scale shows that you've gained weight, then you're a bad person, and if the scale shows that you've lost weight, then you're doing good, and that you're more valuable. And so I can really get behind the idea of that being detrimental to people, because your self-worth should not be tied to your weight at all. Whether you're perfect weight, underweight, or overweight, you're still a human being and you're still valuable. So like I said, the more I'm reading, I'm probably about halfway through the book, and my thoughts on diets are that even the extreme ones work, at least while you're doing them, and that they don't fail simply because they are a diet, but in my mind, but we fail as people because we stop doing what was working. Now in the book they talk about that basically you almost don't have any kind of choice in the matter, that the diets are just designed to fail, and that we knew how to eat as children, or as toddlers or whatever, that we ate based on listening to our bodies. And so I really like that idea. I had never thought much about hunger and being satiated, and being able to feel those differences. I know when I'm super hungry, and I know when I'm super full, but in that middle, that gray area, I have a hard time knowing where that is and where I'm at. So one thing that I really like about the book is addressing that, to be able to listen to my body and know when I actually need to eat, not waiting till I'm super hungry or ravenous. The nutritionist, she gave me a chart that has different levels of hunger on it, and so that's like kind of my new thing that I'm doing right now, is trying to learn those and trying to really feel that. And I think that that'll be really helpful. And it's interesting so I'm between this spot in my mind where I want to do like what the book is saying and eat and try to eat intuitively, and at the same time I know that I am morbidly obese and I need to lose weight. And so I have this kind of a battle in my mind of going, how can I, because one of the things they talk about in the book is literally getting rid of the diet, anything to do with the dieting, get rid of that, allow yourself to regain your, like you retrain your relationship with food. And they talk about, people may gain weight, because they end up eating things that they've restricted themselves from before. Another thing they talk about is really tasting your food and finding out what you actually like and why you like it, and making sure that you're not eating, stuff just because it sounds good, but because you truly actually enjoy the taste. And there was some other things when it came to unconscious eating and emotional eating, and those both kind of resonated with me. I definitely the kind of person who will watch TV and eat something and sometimes just not even realize that it's gone and be like, what happened there? I had a bag of chips and now the chips are not in there anymore. Or when I was doing the Huel part of this journey, I realized that I was going to movies and would get all the snacks and stuff, and I was doing that all out of emotional eating because I was stressed out, and I was going to the movie to escape, really. And then just the food, all that just kind of culminated together. Time with what am I trying to say? It gave me time to not think about what was going on that was stressful, instead of actually addressing what was going on that was stressful. It was a way to escape, the best way I can put it. And I don't want to do that. It's not. There's better ways and more healthy ways to deal with stress than putting it away by eating, just packing it in there. So, like I said, I'm on this fence, on this kind of teeter-totter, if you will, of trying to go, what parts of, like, just straight up not dieting do I want to incorporate, plus the doctor prescribed, DASH stuff, lower sodium, low fat, those things, and trying to kind of have get myself into a balance of being able to feel and allow myself to regulate that hunger, and then also kind of allowing myself the freedom of kind of whatever, and not counting calories and things like that, and doing the normal dieting thing. And I'm going to give myself a season of time to do that and just see kind of what happens, and see if they're right, and see if my body will reset itself to eat what I actually need to eat. And assuming that happens, and I'm exercising and doing, the things, getting out and living life the way I want to be doing that, we'll see how that impacts actual weight loss. And I'm a little nervous about that. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit scary to think about the idea of allowing myself to go. I feel like eating this and not, just kind of basically having anything on the table, and yet you know, also trying to address nutritional value type things, but not in like a this is mandatory kind of way. And I'll be leaning on the, you know, the nutritionists, and then any of the other healthcare people that I'm in contact with now to try to help me along as I go along and do this. And it's just a new new leg of the journey. This has been, ever since I started this YouTube channel, it's definitely been taking me, you know, the whole thing is just taking me places that I didn't know I would go. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the video. Hope this is helpful to somebody. I know it'll be helpful to me. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.